Hello, PBC. Welcome to the Winter Wonderland. It's going to be short-lived, I'm pretty sure. I've adjusted my view of my hair. I don't think it's Einstein. I'm calling it the Don Freeberg look. So if you know Don, I think you can see the similarities. This week we've been looking at some of the people who the Lord Jesus appeared to after he rose from the dead. The Apostle Peter received special attention from the Lord Jesus. In Mark 16, the angel at the tomb tells the women to go and report the resurrection to the disciples, and specifically the angel mentions Peter, and tell him that the Lord is risen. In John 21, where we're going to spend most of our time this morning, the risen Jesus appears on the shore of Galilee while 7 of the disciples were out fishing. And he instructed them to put their nets on the other side of the boat, which, to a fisherman, that really is a distance of 10 feet and shouldn't make that much difference. And after they did so, they caught more fish than their nets could hold. Look at John 21, verse 7. That disciple whom Jesus loved therefore said to Peter, "It is the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he was stripped for work, and he threw himself into the sea. The other disciples came in the boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from the land, about 100 yards off. When they got out on the land, they saw a charcoal fire in place, with fish laid out on it, and bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish that you have just caught." So Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net ashore full of large fish, 150 of them. And although there were so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." Now none of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Jesus came and took the bread and gave it to them, and so with the fish. This was now the 3rd time that Jesus was revealed to the disciples after he was raised from the dead. Now remember that Peter had failed miserably in his declared devotion to the Lord, denying him 3 times on the night before the crucifixion. Jesus then addresses that with Peter. Look at verse 15. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the 3rd time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he said to him the 3rd time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Truly, truly, I say to you, when you were young, you used to dress yourself and walk wherever you wanted. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will dress you and carry you where you do not want to go." This he said to show by what kind of death he was to glorify God. And after saying this, he said to him, "Follow me." The Lord Jesus used this occasion to let Peter know that his declared devotion, "I will die for you," would come to pass. Now obviously, we can relate to Peter, but also we can relate to what Jesus promises to Peter. "I will be the one who works out your devotion." Our devotion to the Lord is not rooted in our feelings or in our intestinal fortitude or in our emotion. Our devotion to Jesus is rooted in Jesus. Let him be himself in you. I'll see you online on Sunday.